right. Hey, guys, here we are. How are y'all today? Welcome back to People Bring Profits. And here we are for another little episode. And this has been a topic. And, I think Justin is throwing this out there. He's got a lot of questions about this and, why you really, when you came here and what your ideas of thinking on this. And Kim has a lot of, thoughts about this too, as we talk about every day of growing this brand, our brand, Aspire to Be. And as we grow to multiple brands, right? And now we got 6 really brands and a lot of stores in the pipeline coming. I mean, here we are talking about acquisitions for the first time as our company. Give me 5. Give me 5. Boom. That's been our dream forever as a young person, as a young entrepreneur growing this business. You always heard the word acquisition. But what comes with that too is a lot of responsibilities, right? I mean, we're growing our brand. We have 15 stores. We're now negotiating 3. We just signed a store to do 3 more Buffalo Wild Wings, and now just finished working a deal out to expand to 20 Buffalo Wild Wings goes, and some other opportunities that's out there that we're kind of, as I say, out in the big trolling lines, dragging our lines out there to see what bites onto our concept or our brand. Yeah. So with that comes a lot of responsibility and a lot of nervous parts. So we talk about systems and how do we navigate through all these concepts, and how do we make sure they're being run correctly and just, boxes are checked and certified and people are getting raises when they need raises, and just there's a lot of moving parts that happen as we grow. So I want to kick it off to you, Justin. Why don't you run with this one?
Yeah, there's a couple examples, right? Like you can go into a store and look at a baseboard and it might be dirty, and you can coach someone and say, hey, help me clean that baseboard. We need to get it clean. But then you need to take a step back and ask yourself, what took over time, that baseboard getting dirty, and did we have a mechanism to come in place and clean it once a month or once every couple of weeks? And there's systems that do that. And there's this word integrity that we need to make sure when we're checking boxes that we're actually doing the task. And there's all kinds of systems throughout our business. And even on the financial responsibility, we get in and do a profit and loss statement review, and we look at a line and there might be a number that's off, and we put out that fire and we call that vendor and we make that tweak and we renegotiate. But did we have a really good system to catch that every time and to look and just be constantly focusing on the outliers of our businesses and the things that are off track? And do we have really good systems to communicate with each other week in and week out at the store level for our manager meetings, and then us at the support office to connect the dot between what's happening at the store, how we can support them here at the support office, and then how we can push things down? So I wanted to just kind of say, as a franchisee or whatever business you get in, here's some of the systems and things that we're thinking about, and some of the things that we do outside of the franchise disclosure document and outside of what you might get from corporate that you might want to think at that have really helped us drive our business and get poised for growth. So I wanted to kick it with that and see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I'll speak from experience. So when we first got into the franchisee business, all of our systems were paper and pencil, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we had
clipboard day, right? Every other clipboards.
Yes. And so when we went into the location and we went to go find the clipboard, we may or may not find it. We may or may not find the piece of paper.
And if you did, it might be pencil whipped, or it was.
Yes, there was no validation. Right?
Pencil whipped, they just go through and just and didn't really check things.
Absolutely.
Go back to that. There still are days that I go to like bathrooms, like at Walmart or something, and on the back of the door it'll say bathroom cleaned, and it'll say the date, and like the manager goes that morning and slides it in, and it'll say, somebody initials it 1:30, 2:30, I guess every 30 minutes.
No soap, no TP.
Yeah, there's still no soap.
Yeah.
Or it'll be 3 times, and then the rest, and it's 9:00 at night, and they haven't done since 2:00 that afternoon. Yeah. Or the dates completely from last week.
Oh yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
Checked it last week. Yeah. So and for me as a young entrepreneur business, I realized I became
Kim that takes it to the next level.
Yes, yeah. I became very aware of, we are not using technology in our systems. We've got to figure out a way to where we go into the store and we're not looking all over the walls for a clipboard. We're not asking the manager where are the waste sheets, are they on the clipboard somewhere, or all the important aspects of our business. Where are the sheets, right?
Yeah.
And so when Justin came and he talked about systems and technology through traction calls and through all of these different software programs that we use now or incorporated now into our business to, hone in on our systems, man, my ears were like, that's exactly what we're missing. Mm-hmm. And that he brought in the word work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, we've got to hone in on that. We've got to do technology. We can reach all 15 locations with one picture.
Yeah.
Let me see what your bathrooms look like today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can do that right now.
Yeah.
We can tell where you're standing in the restaurant, when you've hit submit, how long it took you to do that task. We can validate with a picture. And the old school mentality would be, hey, Chris, get in a car and drive to Homa and open up their binder and let me know the last time that their grease traps were cleaned or their restroom checks were done. So through technology, you can definitely improve the ability to be as many places as you want and become really, really efficient at your job. There's still the integrity piece is still there, though. You can still check a box. You can still submit an old picture of something that looks beautiful. Yeah. So any systems that we go through, making sure that you still have mechanisms to coach them and we call them herd updates now, where each and every week we're getting in there and just saying, how good of a job did we do in our systems? What can we do to improve the integrity next week? And as leaders, let's get out there and let's coach the things that we don't see happening in the same way that our systems are reflecting. So there, go ahead.
What you're saying is you take a picture, right? And our managers are taking a picture that this is clean that day or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they might use an old picture?
The system allows that, right? No different than checking a box. You're going to go into your phone and it's going to say, our restroom's clean, and you're going to pull that up and you're going to say yes and look at it.
What you are doing is taking it to the next level. Now you're creating a system on top of a system, right? So now now your other guys, our business coaches, ourselves have a system for them to check that system.
Yeah, because when we go in there and make store visits, we can go to the floor drain and say, dude, there's no way. You sent me this picture last week. There's no way that floor drain
You look at the floor drains?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a Kim-ism.
It is. It's one of the
high level, low level, we're looking. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's what makes good what you do.
Yeah,
so that's like at the store. So at the store, we've got these awesome systems for restroom checks, for their readiness checklists, their prep sheets, or whatever your business might dictate. And there's awesome technology out there to, with photo validation, with video, with time stamping, with geofencing. They'll tell you exactly where you are and how long it took to do that. And then we have systems here at the office that can make things way more collaborative and efficient than ever. So if you're a small business, you might Google accounting software, and you probably are going to look at like a QuickBooks or something very small scale that's going to still take some horsepower to run. But then there's some enterprise, systems that we run as a company in a 15 restaurant, 6 brand company that are the same pieces of software that the likes of Starbucks and Google are using. So you can take advantage of this technology and invest in things that are very inexpensive, that are collaborative, that get everybody together and really allow you to just focus on the things that are off track. So at the support office in accounting, what software are we using?
Yes, we use Intact through our accounting software. But what for the support office for accounting used to, when we had 5 or 6 stores, so all the stores were putting invoices into a packet and mailing them, FedExing them to the office.
Those are the old days.
Those were the old days.
I still think a lot of companies do that. Yeah. I still think it's a very common practice.
They do. And so what we had to do was just create a different system to use technology to work for us instead of against us. And we created some really cool systems. So now we're uploading documents. We used to have a file room with filing cabinets wall to wall. Justin came in and said, hey, we can do this. We can upload these to different drives. We can save them here. We can cut down on our paper cost, which was amazing for our little small company. And it just gave us a great network of technology and benefits for us.
To improving what we did.
Yeah,
right?
to improve what we
we're
did.
servicing the store. So we have to ask, why are we even doing that? Right? We're going to have more accurate bill paying. We're going to have a repository if this place burns down, that we still have access to all of our stuff. But ultimately, it comes down to we're able to provide the leaders and the stores faster, more accurate financial statements.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's providing an environment that in 10 days, we have access to financial, signed docs from CPAs that give us a reflection of our business, and we're getting in there and picking them apart and calling the next play.
Well, so I remember those days, right? So when we were smaller and we only had 4 or 5 stores, and I think a lot of our GMs were calling them administration days. Right.
Yeah,
remember
payroll day or admin day.
Yeah, because
Admin
they had
Admin
they
day.
had to put all those input the bill or put them in the folders, and it took a lot of hours of them in the office and not on the floor, or not working with their training their staff better and just focus on the hospitality side. So the system that y'all pivoted to was just in growth, right? And you should always continue to what's next, what's new, what can help us be more efficient. But I know on your side of it too, I come to you with all kind of crazy things, but then you both dive in and you're all about the budget, because you got to make sure these new systems, maybe buying iPads or what, does it fit in our budget? Does it fit in the systems is this system going to improve us, and can we afford it?
Yeah, because there is a world where you'll get wrapped up in systems and technology, and you may not use it efficiently. So, not only in our business, but in the world, you just have to be careful that you can wrap yourself up with technology and not use the system. And so you have to be very mindful in the systems that you bring on to your company, that they do work for all levels. They work for your upper leadership. They'll work for your GMs in the field and your AGMs and those people that are touching the systems.
Yeah.
For everything that we add, we should be saving time at the face of our business. And these general managers and hourly team members, they have an obligation to give awesome service all of the time. So if we're creating a system or rolling something out, you have to step back and say, did that make their jobs easier? Did it make it more efficient? Did it make it safer? And if the answer to that is yes, I mean, that's an awesome technology to invest in. But so often, you're absolutely right. There's all the systems in the world out there, and you can buy. And the next thing you know, you're asking your managers to do 50 extra things a week, and it didn't actually save them any time, and they're sitting in an office. So you can get absorbed in systems for sure. So I'd be very strategic and trying to come up with systems that encompass a whole lot of things. And another one, so, there's the accounting piece of it. And then, for us, our back office is a collaboration of what used to be a bunch of different systems, right? You had maybe a red book sitting on your manager office table that someone was taking notes in.
The red book.
You had an inventory system on your back of house computer where you entered inventory. And then maybe you had an Excel spreadsheet schedule sitting on your wall. And then maybe there was like a special communication board with what your sales forecasts were or what the events of the week are. So our investment in the system that we use is one platform that does all of those things. And then it has a nice dashboard that links to a bunch of other stuff. So I think when you think about systems, can you solve 3 or 4 or 5 services that you might have, or 3 or 4 or 5 actions that they're doing in the store into one rolled up, super simplified, super awesome system that allows them to just be really effective within their team and on their numbers and to get out there on the floor?
Yeah.
So
So is systems in your minds all just wrapped up into like technology and clipboards, or is it just like other thinkings of like, to like planning your weekly, or planning
communication.
your daily? Yeah. So could it just be an iPad, or is it something else that you can build?
No, it's definitely communication too. Like I said, the traction calls that we were unfamiliar with in our business, just using Zoom, using conference calling, using those things to really reach those individuals out there in the field that need to hear some encouragement.
Yeah.
They need to hear planning. They need to hear what we have on our minds. We need to hear what they have on their minds. We need to hear where they're at.
So, a lot of
Whatever.
people, I think, a lot of people are wrapped up in this thing that systems are a clipboard or an iPad or,
Yeah.
and it's just, how do you, do your payroll? The system being, how do you hire employees?
I think that's how I first looked at systems myself.
But I think systems are just, it's a roadmap of what your expectations are and what your goal is and what your vision is and how you want to run your stores or you run your company. That baseboard. I don't want to come back in here because if I saw it dirty, my guests saw it dirty. You want a system built that they know that they got to clean that once a week, right? And I want to say Starbucks has a crazy system with these little cards, right? That this is when they clean this is when they clean this. And it's pretty basic. It's just a little card. But then I know you came to me the other day and said, we're changing our office. You're growing the office, which is awesome. You're finally getting you an administrative assistant that you're really excited about. And I know me and Justin are too, because like I say, we always say, you two guys have each other. I just have myself.
Yeah.
So me and Justin are like really high-fiving this thing. But you came to me the other day and just brought this up and said, hey, I want to create a system in the office that we have a daily. Go on about that.
Yeah, just a 5 minute. I don't want to.
I love this idea.
Because I want to be respectful for our support office team members here, but I wanted a 5-minute herd update of what are you doing today? What's important to you today? What's important to me today? And just a quick collaboration. And maybe it's a stress reliever for some of us.
So like get in the hallway, maybe in the front foyer, conference room, grab your cup of coffee. Everybody come here at 9 o'clock. I'm ringing the bell. Come here.
Yes. And then we all go in our office just kind of set for the day.
Yeah.
Are set to go home for the end of the day because maybe we need to have a release of some sort. So I just wanted that. I think it would be great for us to just get in the front foyer of our office building and just doing a team collaboration. I like herd update.
I know. I love it. I know, it's when you said that, I was blown away with that because it's just another Spire to Be moment, right? It's an opportunity for us to spill over, and you might notice somebody not having a good day today.
Yeah.
Right? Because we do that in our stores. We have that, I heard, and they get up and they do the pre-shift before they open and they talk, and I hear them say, talk about it, what happened out in the environment. Hey, I remember one of our managers always said, I was at this restaurant the other day. Guess what happened? They talk about good, bad, and ugly. So I think that'll be an awesome environment. I want to go back because when you said that, that's a system because it's kickstarting your office and it's getting everybody on the same page. Well, I know she's working on that. He's working on that. And, they can share some stuff and say, hey, I've already found this out for you. Here, you can do that. But, I remember one of my first jobs was at Walmart. I was 15, and the old Sam Walton, because I remember that is the old Walmart, and they had a picture of him in the back, and he still ran the company. And it's funny today, I bet you anything he'd be flipping over right now if he knew how his company was being ran right now. And it's kind of sad because he built this brand. But, one of the things I remember the most of being a young guy working for a company that was not big, but they were getting big, is every morning before, this is when they were open 24 hours. We opened at like 9 or 10. They would, burp over the intercom. All, sales associates come to the front counter. And there'd be 40 of us. And they'd put a video in, and it was him talking.
Yeah.
And it was about his vision and, motivational. And they would celebrate, hey, Johnny's been here for 2 years in the automobile side. Hey, Johnny, good job today. And it was one of those.
Yeah.
And that was and I always thought that was awesome. That's why I was all excited when our stores, we always do those pre-shift meetings, and because you got to get everybody pumped up and ready for the day. So your office thing was an awesome idea, but it's another system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, on top of that, Justin, at the store levels, we do that we try to push that out. That it's the systems that we're doing is not just a clipboard, but it's actually what you expect from when we open the store or when we close the store.
It's especially awesome when you have a support office that aligns with what we're doing in operations, right? Because there's a lot of what we do out there that is just, we have to do jump starts every shift, where we have an initiative to just get awesome every shift and then open 15 minutes early, right? Yeah. So at the support office, it's an incredible idea to align ourselves of, it doesn't need to be 30 minutes. It can be 5.
Yeah.
Let's have an amazing pre-shift because everybody wants to feel included. We need to understand if everybody's having a good or a bad day, be respectful of what their plans and calendar are, and just high five and go to work. That sets an incredible precedent, especially as we have people in and out of here and just how we go conduct our business in the field. And it allows us to level people up. Not everybody is comfortable in those settings. And we have, especially in your support office, you're going to be leveling up leaders who might have to present in front of a group, who might not be extremely comfortable, in those settings and in those 5 minutes. And you're just really, diving into that and giving them a platform to shine.
So, here we are coming to the end of this one, guys. Talked about the systems. Again, we didn't dive really a lot into really more of the systems, just how we set up things and how we do things. Because again, we want to be able to answer questions more on the comments and maybe do another episode on what people are really asking for. So at the end of this, what do you feel? Any closing, anything you kind of want to share? Anything else that we can close this one up?
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter if it's a clipboard or a piece of technology. You have to just really challenge the word integrity.
Yeah.
And I think when you're looking at processes or things that are broken and you're putting out fires as an entrepreneur, you have to take a step back and really, do I have a system to solve for this? And is there something in place that can help me, be a better leader and help my team with little triggers to manage through the outliers there? And there's just so much software and tech at this point in, marketing, HR, accounting, operations that you have to really pay attention to what's going to be good for you and your business. And it should be collaborative. So meaning as many people at once should be able to work on it. You should be able to do it from inside or outside the store. So the more you can manage from afar and understand through picture validation or geofencing or any of that, the better. And then finally, it should bridge the gap between the support office and your stores. So you should be making their jobs easier through your systems and not asking them to do 50 more things. So that's a whole lot wrapped into one. But if you can execute all of those little check boxes, you'll be in such an incredible place to drive the business and your people driving profits.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think for me, in my position, the thing that I can speak to for systems is that, of course, technology, we used it as our friend, but more importantly, systems are not something that you can just set and forget.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to follow up on and assure that they're being done.
Yeah.
Actively, correctly. It's not a set it and forget it system.
Yeah, that's true. You always preach that. Well, and I'm glad that we got to share this today. I think it's important to both of y'all because both of y'all follow those systems. I know because I've gotten in trouble a couple of times. I actually went to a store recently and, I was like, hey, why are we doing this way? We need to, it was just something. And I think Justin grabbed me and said, hey, we changed the system, and this is why we did it a while back. So that's why we did it. So anyway, Hey, thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you again for following us, subscribe us, and make comments. Thank you, guys.